This is Anna for Shiny Shiny, and we're here at the Samsung Smart TV Web Apps Conference. And this is Guy Cannell. Can you tell us what you do?
My name is Guy Cannell. I am the Marketing Director for Samsung Brown Goods here in the UK.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Russell Owens. I'm the General Manager for Product Marketing for TV and AV, also in the UK.
Okay, that's great. So Samsung, just a quick practical question on the App Store, which we just had a few talks about. Are apps going to be free on Samsung TV? Is it going to be a Samsung App Store?
There is a Samsung App Store. Okay. It's up to the development community. It's up to the business and revenue generation schemes that they want to have. Some will be free and some, like you see in the App Store in other platforms, may have a charge.
Okay, so there's going to be, someone's going to put the credit card details into the TV, and then it's free on point of access? Or so then you click and it sort of...
So currently when it comes to the payment mechanism, there's a number of different options. Mostly that is going to be stage one through the PC, as you normally would.
Oh, so you buy it on your computer and then it goes to you.
That's the typical starting model for that sort of particular application.
Okay. Do you think that's a bit fiddly if you have to buy stuff on a computer and then it goes to the TV?
I think we just want to start with something that consumers are accustomed to.
Okay.
And then we can move them, to a TV experience. But I think it's to begin with, using something they're familiar with is probably a good place to start.
Oh, okay. Do you think that's a bit of a danger in just in how it's going to work if Dad's credit card details are on the TV and the kids just buying apps?
So that's part of the security of going through the PC for some of the payment mechanism. And of course, we have levels of parental control and security in the actual platform itself.
Oh, okay.
So we're trying to ensure that we don't have someone running around buying too much, or things they shouldn't.
Too many apps. Okay, cool. So that was just sort of practicalities. The big story really is that what was his name? Andy Griffiths was saying that TV apps are going to do for the TV what apps did for the smartphone. So just interested really in what kind of apps you think are going to take off. To me it seems quite obvious that like the best apps are going to be things that control content that's already on TV, so iPlayer.
I think that's a valid point. I think a lot of people assume that the best TV apps are going to be video on demand driven, but I think that's largely because that's the space that's occupied at the moment. So a number of the apps that we've got up and running at the moment work on a video on demand basis, and we don't just want to limit it to a video on demand proposition. We're talking to a number of different content creators and aggregators and also service providers to create the best but also the most relevant local content that's available and can be available for the TV. There's no ceiling to that, there is no boundaries at the moment. That's just what's there. Today isn't about a fully wrapped up, finished article. Today is about, here's the platform, let's create something that's really exciting.
Okay, and you genuinely think there'll be a demand for things like Sudoku on the TV?
Well, that's what's there at the moment. So I think we're sat here in the room today with a bunch of guys to say, look, this is what's available now. A lot of them are global or pan-European apps. We want relevant local apps that will drive the UK demand, and that's the most important thing. Here's the platform. You guys go and create something exciting for the TV.
Okay. I mean, apps were made initially to work on mobile, but you're both confident people are going to want apps on TV. They're going to say they're not just going to want to sit down and watch Neighbours. They're going to use apps.
So
the idea is
currently things basically our activation rates for our connected experiences as of September around 47%. So we already know we've got a story when it comes to the video side of apps.
Okay. Just on that activation figure, that means 47% of people who bought internet-enabled TVs have enabled the internet on them?
Correct.
Okay, that means 53% of people who bought internet-enabled TVs haven't.
Well, that's glad you raised that point, because that's a figure based on not a lot of understanding.
Okay.
And this is day one of smart TV in the UK, and therefore, you raise a question, you obviously have a question in your own mind about Sudoku. So as we get more UK content that people find relevant, and Brits have a quirky sense of humour as well, so that also brings some very UK specific content will be, I think, lay a good platform.
Okay, well, it's a brave gesture. I mean, obviously they did work really well on the smartphone. Just on the smartphone thing again, obviously Google is one of your big partners in mobile phones, and you make lots of Android handsets. And Google have obviously released a TV as well with its own apps. Is it a little bit foolish to be competing on an apps territory with Google? Are you scared of?
No, I don't think it's about being scared. I think Google will do what Google want to do in terms of a platform. Our primary focus is to work directly with developers on creating relevant content for the TV. And there's a lot of choice out there. We can't define the choice that people are out there. There are different broadcasters, there are different content creators, there's IT, there's Mac, there's PC. All of the different manufacturers are working on a platform to deliver the best interactive experience as we move to the next generation of TV. We make a lot of TVs, we know the experience that people are looking for that, whether that's from a picture quality or an immersive nature or an interactivity, and we believe that we can work with these developers to create the best apps for our TVs, not just to have the information there for information's sake.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned an interesting point there that when you're making hardware, you start with what the user wants. So I guess that's similarly what you're doing with the software.
Yeah, it's just an extension of that, really.
Yeah, sure, that's right, yeah, because I get lots of sort of gimmicky things get made because people think, oh, wouldn't this be great? Whereas actually it's not really a market for... Yeah.
Well, I think the main point that we start with is we do a lot of focus groups, we do a lot of market intelligence and research in all of the different developed markets, not only in the Far East or the States, but certainly in the UK, and we work towards different areas of the consumer demographic as well, and really try and target in what people actually want in a TV. And that again is what today's about. It's opening the platform out to a group of developers to say, it's your canvas, you go and deliver what we believe we can deliver, the relevant content for the UK, and there's no boundaries to that, there's no limit to that.
Okay, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what people come up with. Just from what's available now, could you two tell me what your favourite apps are that you've seen so far on the Samsung TV?
I would obviously say LoveFilm has been particularly successful, as well as BBC iPlayer.
Yeah, so you like that?
Yeah, I would say iPlayer. I'm never in to watch the programmes I want to watch, so I've become absolutely hooked on catch-up TV. So it's a very important part of the service that we provide, and it's not just important to have that content, because I can catch up with my iPlayer or some other method of catch-up TV on my PC, but I don't want to watch that on a 15-inch screen on something that I've been hunched over all day. I want to sit back and watch it and relax in my own home and watch something in a programme that's been developed for TV in the best quality that I would expect from a high definition source on my TV, and an iPlayer on our platform will enable me to do that.
Okay, sure. So that's the web-enabled TV dream then. Okay, thanks very much for your time. Nice talking to you.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.